Hello, I'm Preston Fitzgerald, and I'm here to talk about my traveling experiences and tuberous sclerosis. So all these pictures are a selection of my snow globes. I started my snow globe when I was very little. Family and friends of mine would give me those as gifts as they when they got back from different places, and it just kept growing bigger and bigger as I got older. I currently have 121 different snow globes at my house, and it's from many different places, including 30 different countries and 18 states in the U.S.
Wow.
I like the Scotland one.
Loch Ness Monster,
Yeah.
that's my favorite one.
Mhm.
Um, my family is from all over the world. My mother's mom and dad grew up in England and Spain, and my mom was born in the Canary Islands off the coast of Morocco, and her and her three siblings grew up in Africa and went to boarding school in England. And my uncle, my, one of my uncle currently lives in New Zealand, and my father used to work for Nokia, so he traveled all around the world for business. And my sister travels for fun anytime she can find a break off of her law studies. And hearing all their stories makes me want to travel and explore the world myself. So I'm pretty experienced so far. I've gone to 13 countries and 29 states around the U.S. I've been to both Disney's and three SeaWorld parks, and I've swam in all the Atlantic, Pacific, and Gulf of Mexico. I went to Peru when I was 16 and hiked Machu Picchu, which was listed as part of the new Seven Wonders of the World, along with the Great Wall of China and the Great Pyramids of Giza. I've been to London 3 times. I've taken 2 cruises through the Caribbean, and my aunt and uncle have a condo in Bimini in the Bahamas, so I've been there multiple times. And I also went to New Zealand and Tahiti when I was 7 to celebrate the holidays. And next May, I will go on a big trip and visit 8 new countries in Europe. From my travels, I've learned many things, and the first one try would be to try their food. Like for example, it's called a bubble waffle on the bottom left. It's that they make a waffle cone and you can put anything you can imagine inside, like for mostly but ice cream or strawberries and chocolate. Secondly, would be to roll your clothes to make more room for souvenirs. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have had room for my family crest on the top right when I went to Ireland. Thirdly, would be to go to groups, so it'd be easier to plan your day and be a great way to meet new people. Next would be to learn a little bit of their language, so you can try to talk to the locals, like hello, please, thank you, and goodbye. And finally, would be to do something that you can't do at home. On the bottom right, in New Zealand, there's a sport called zorbing where you go in a giant plastic ball filled with water and you roll down a hill. And it's a lot more fun than it sounds. Currently, I go to the University of North Texas, and I'm studying in consumer experience management. I plan to graduate in December of next year or spring of 2022. And my life goal is to work for an airline or hotel or cruise or hospitality so I can continue to travel to as many places as I can. I've grown up in Dallas since I was born. I was diagnosed with tuberous sclerosis in August of 1999. I was in many magazines and commercials when I was little, while my sister was starring in movies.
What was your sister's acting name?
Her name's Mackenzie Fitzgerald.
Okay.
If you've ever seen Where the Heart Is with Ashley Judd and Natalie Portman, the Walmart baby, she's America's. She's the little girl.
Nice.
When I was little, I loved to play soccer and draw, and school was not easy. I was very easily distracted, so it was hard to focus on subjects like math and English. And since I was going to public school up until 4th grade, I felt very different than everybody else. And it was very difficult for me to make friends up until high school and now. And now I almost live a completely normal life. So my mother first thought that something was wrong when she saw my face twitch as a baby while I was having a seizure. I was diagnosed with tuberous sclerosis when I was 7 months old, and my parents were told I wouldn't be able to walk, talk, or do anything for myself. I had seizures up until I was 4, and they stopped until right before I graduated high school after I turned 18. I currently take 3 medications, 2 for seizures and another for the tumors in my brain and kidneys. Playing soccer was a main way for me to help release my stress and anger, and it helped me make a lot of friends that I still have now. Now I am advocating for tuberous sclerosis. In August, I wrote a blog about TS on the Different Brains website, and the TS Alliance just posted a part of it in their fall issue. And we first found out about Different Brains when I got recruited by Emily. She knows my aunt and my mom, and my aunt told my mother about it. And I've been involved since during the summer, since around July 4th. And since I've joined, I've worked on podcast transcriptions, a blog about TS, and now the speech that I'm giving now. I believe that I've made a difference because tuberous sclerosis was not listed on the Different Brains website, and now it is. And that's it.
That's great.
Great job.
Excellent.
Great
Boy,
job.